Hello and welcome to exfidebibles. My name is Ethan. So I've just recently finished my 4 customer Bibles for January of 2025, and I wanted to share this with you to give you a good look at the type of Bibles that I'm putting out for customers. I haven't done an update video on a bunch of customer Bibles in a long time, so I wanted to go ahead and do that today. So I have 4 Bibles here to update everyone on. 3 of these are from one customer, and one is from a different customer. So you really have 2 customers represented here. One person ordered 3 Bibles from me, and one ordered 1. And what I love about the Bibles that I did here in January is that they are both of these gentlemen are return customers, which is I love so much. I love rebinding a Bible for someone, them getting it, and then them getting excited to buy another Bible for me. That's really fun for me. I love my return customers a lot, and I'm able to do a little bit more for return customers. So I give some additional options to return customers that I don't just out of the gate offer to new customers. Some additional tooling that I might do for free, or additional stamping or special stamping that I might not just say out of the gate with a new customer that I offer. So, and those are some things here. Some of that is represented here. So, I'm going to kind of do these Bibles out of order, because I wanted to kind of like ramp up I think the coolness factor, for the end of the video. So definitely stay tuned for the end, because I think the last 2 leathers, for these rebinds are really, really cool. They're very unique. But that doesn't mean the first 2 are not cool as well. So this is a modern English version rebind that I did. This is in a burgundy chevre goatskin. This is one of my standard goatskin. One of my the standard goatskin that I offer for standard rebinds. So this guy ordered the standard Holy Bible and then the translation stamping, but he wanted the publisher here at the bottom, which I think is really cool. And on all of the Bibles that I did for this gentleman, he wanted the publisher here at the bottom instead of my logo, which I think is cool. I don't feel like I need to put my logo on everything. For example, on a recent rebind I did for myself, I didn't put the logo I created on the bottom. I just put I put XFi, which just represents, is like a more simplified maker's mark. So I think that's cool. I'm totally cool with not putting if someone specifically asks, I don't want branding on my Bible, I'm totally fine with that. It's not about me. I must decrease, so he must increase, that type of thing. So on all of these Bibles this month, I did a full yap, which is pretty cool. So I've been really honing in my full yap measurements. So you can see here, this, just can get to touch in the middle. So I'm really starting to hone my craft in further. So, if you're a rebinder out there watching this, there are a bunch of things that you need to get good at, right off the bat, to make a good Bible for a customer. Those things are the stamping needs to be consistent, the spine, hub tooling needs to be consistent. But as you advance, as you do 20 Bibles and 30 Bibles, you need to start really honing your measurements, making sure everything's level, not level, but square, and making sure every one of your little measurements is just so precise. And I'm definitely advancing in that aspect of my craft. I've been getting much more precise with my measurements, double checking, triple checking measurements, just to make sure I give everyone a very precise product. So I'm really happy with this Bible here. So this is I think it's called a giant print MEV Bible. This is a recent newer translation, as well as a new edition for this Bible. So this Bible still has a lot of the pages still stuck together, which is kind of why it fans up right here. But I really like this text block. It's just a classic giant print, no references, no no references and no footnotes. So for this one, I did this one has kind of like a really nice coppery gilt on it from the factory, which I think is super cool. So to pair that, I put tea rose edge dye, which is just like a really nice kind of reddish, kind of brick red rose color on the page edges. I think it's a really nice, just complete package. So full yap on this guy, black. Did I do black stitching? I did dark brown stitching on this one. Dark brown stitching, 2 nice extra long gold ribbons. This one has I use Hollanders end sheets on all of these, which I think offer the best, quality for people. These are still kind of bowed up just because they haven't trained yet to the block, but and then this one has a really soft Napa lambskin liner on the inside. So that's my first one I wanted to share. So the next one I wanted to share was actually a leather that I've worked with a lot, but I haven't worked with this color before. So this is an American Standard version. This leather is Badalassi Carlo Waxy, very popular leather, but this is black, which I think is, this gentleman, his kind of creative instruction for this rebind is, like he said, he wanted it really classy, really classic looking. So black leather, gold stamping on the spine, tooled or raised hub, and I chose navy ribbons on this guy. So really classic look for this one. Black Badalassi Carlo Waxy is not my favorite color of this leather, but it's really nice if you don't know what to choose, you don't really love the pull-up effect on some of these leathers, like on Badalassi Carlo, black is really nice, and so is dark brown. So if you want like a nice normal looking Bible, but that does have a premium feel to it, then Badalassi Carlo Waxy black is a good option. So yeah, I really like this one. Gold stamping on this spine. Again, this gentleman wanted the publisher here at the bottom, and Holy Bible and ASV. So black perimeter stitching all the way around the outside on this one, and I did a Napa lambskin liner on this one, full yap as well. I'm really happy with the corners on this one. So hopefully you can see this. Pretty good, pretty uniform there. So yeah. This is actually a really interesting text block. So this is, if I remember right, this was a hardcover, and this is printed in the United States, which is really cool. A lot of vintage Bibles were printed in the United States, which is kind of an unusual thing nowadays. I think there's only like 1 or 2, Bible publishers that publish within the U.S. So this is a pretty unique one. Really nice paper on this one too. I don't know what kind of paper this is, but I mean this paper is very opaque. Not as opaque as maybe like an India paper, but I would say like this is as opaque as maybe like a 30 GSM Prima paper that Allen does. It's very nice, and this is a center column reference. Just a really unique look for this one. Very classy looking. And what's cool about this typeface, this layout for this older ASV Nelson block is that, so it's center column references, translation footnotes are on the outside, which is interesting. But whoever designed this text block was very knew what they were doing, because they put the text outside of the gutter a good bit. So it's actually very readable. Poetry setting is verse by verse, and I just really like the look of this text block. It's very sharp. So one of the more advanced things I've started doing is, so for this one I actually had to add paper. So in the back here I had to add some cardstock to attach the tab to, because when I removed the original cover, not from a fault of my own, but just the last signature, just from being used and from being opened so much, needed to be reattached. So I ended up re-sewing the final signature of this actual Bible. And then what I did is I sewed in cardstock, or like a thicker paper here. I sewed in one cardstock signature of my own to enable me to have a really secure place to attach my tab to. So this paper here is, it's Bible paper. It's really thin, it's floppy. I knew just from doing this before that I knew that attaching my tab to this thin Bible paper would not give my customer a sturdy result. So I went the extra mile for this guy, and I sewed in this cardstock here to attach my tab to. And now this Bible is, really, really solid. It's going to last him a long time. So all these open flat, which I'm happy with. They're still kind of tight because they just got a full rebind, but really happy with this guy. So this is black, a black Badalassi Carlo. So the final two the final two have really cool leather on them. So here, I'll share those with you. All right, so the second to last one is another Badalassi Carlo. This is Badalassi Carlo golden yellow, which I think is really pretty. I mean, these colors are just like, man, if you see this in person, it's like, wow, that is a beautiful leather Bible, I'm not talking about my work. I'm just talking about like the color of this leather is so striking in person. Hopefully that picks up well, over the camera. And so the golden yellow Badalassi, it has like a lot of that like really, really striking pull-up effect to it, which is just so cool on a full Yap Bible. So this is a really, really pretty color of Badalassi. So I did my more traditional stamping on this one. So I did Holy Bible ESV and, my logo there. And around the outside, I did a hand stitch as well. The color of that stitching is called Rust, 0.4 millimeter. I think it's MBT is the type of thread I use. I get it from Rocky Mountain Leather, and it's a very, very high quality thread. So, cool thing about this one is this leather came with a natural scar in it. And I looked at the panel that I got, and there wasn't an easy way to avoid this scar completely for the cover. And I reached out to the customer with that information and just said that the gentleman's name is Stan. I said, "Hey Stan, I just wanted to let you know your leather has a scar in it, a natural scar." And you have the option of like, I can put the scar on the back of the Bible, or I can put the scar on the front of the Bible. And, from my expertise, I knew that, the scar is it's not going to affect the structure of the Bible at all. I mean, it doesn't even affect like how the Bible like cover bends or anything like that. So he's like, I like this. I think he said like, I like the scar, put it on the front. So that's what I did. So, they say that since leather is a natural material, there's a bunch of, it's prone to, having defects and maybe brands and scars and stuff like that. So I just make sure that, my customers get what they're expecting. And, if this guy wanted that scar to be like down here, that would have been fine. Like I'm cool with that. It's all about, making sure the customer, gets what they're expecting. So again, this is a return customer, and this guy who ordered this one has actually started rebinding Bibles himself. And, looking at the pictures of his first rebind, he's like, he knows what he's doing. He's done his research. He uses good materials. And I'm really excited for this customer because he started the Bible rebind journey, and he's doing just incredibly. So this is an ESV Heritage. And I did the same thing as with the MEV. I did a T-rose dye on the page edges. I really like that color. For some people like the really striking red, and I like doing that on my personal Bibles. But if I'm just trying to get like a little bit of a color accent, I really like the T-rose dye on Bibles like this, and I think it goes really well with the liner and with the cover. So The one kind of special thing that this gentleman ordered was he wanted a special type of liner, and he wanted leather end sheets, which is really cool. So I got a piece. I recommended him some Badalassi Carlo. This is Badalassi Carlo Napa Luxe. So I did a rebind in this one a while back, and really like it. It's very soft, supple feeling. Feels like a really nice, calf skin type leather. So I did his liner on this one is Badalassi Carlo Napa Luxe. The color is cognac, and then he wanted leather end sheets too, which I just think is so cool. So he's got, leather, wall to wall leather, which is cool. So, so one thing that I didn't really expect for this Bible is that the width of these end sheets is obviously a good bit thicker, or the thickness of this end sheet is a good bit thicker than paper. So it actually threw off my yap measurement a little bit. It's probably I would say that's a 77 or 75% or 85% yap, maybe a 90%. But I let him know that, so I don't think he has a much of a problem with it. I mean, still, this is a lot of yap on this Bible. And because of this leather on leather right here, when you grip this Bible, it just that leather is just so squeaky and feels great. So, I don't so this is an example of something that I'll do for repeat customers. He expressed some interest in doing a leather end sheet, and, I said, yes, definitely I can do that for you. But a leather end sheet is not something that I would, out of the gate offer to, to a new customer, just because it's costly, and it just, jumps up the price a good bit, and all of that. So, but this guy I was happy to do it with. He's a return customer, and I've been giving him some advice on rebinding, and he watches my channel. So if you're watching this, Stan, shout out, man. Hope you love your Bible. Looking forward to seeing the type of Bibles that you're starting to rebind. I'm really excited for you, brother. So again, this is golden yellow Badalassi Carlo waxy. So really beautiful color on this one. So yeah. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that the majority of the leathers I work with that are really unique looking are cowhides, but this is a return customer. This is the gentleman that ordered the black ASV and the burgundy MEV. This guy wanted something a little bit different. So, and he mentioned that he really likes Highland goat skin from R.L. Allen. So I've held R.L. Allen. I had a Highland goatskin Bible for a little while from Allen, and just from the talk on the forums and stuff, I knew that this goatskin is really similar in feel to Highland goatskin, and I think it's the closest that I've ever felt for Highland goatskin. So Highland goatskin is a leather that R.L. Allen uses, and it's kind of proprietary. It's not public knowledge where they get it from, and I couldn't go out and buy it. I couldn't get any of it. So there's a lot of kind of talk and back and forth in the Bible rebinding world of what leather is the closest to Highland goatskin, and I think this leather is really close. So this leather is from a tannery called Alron in France, and the type of leather is called Pat Nat. And this is the deep sea color. So this is a really, really cool leather. It's a goat skin, really unique grain to it. Really has the river, the long grain structure in it and stuff. Feels just so good in the hand. And it stamps really well too, which I was really happy about. So this guy ordered, Holy Bible, NIV, and Zondervan. So this is actually a 1984 NIV, wide margin. He got this, I believe, off of eBay. Really, really cool block. I'll show that here in a moment, but really like this leather, man. I'm hoping to do one in Patnat for myself. There's a dark green Patnat that just looks crazy from the pictures that I've seen. So I'm really hoping to use this leather again sometime. But this leather was really nice to work with. It's flexible. it's not soft, but it's a really good medium. Some goat skins are really plush feeling. Some goat skins are like sandpapery. This is like a really, really good medium. So I paired this with a black lambskin liner. I used a dark blue stitch all along the outside. Really like how the corners ended up in this one. Hollander's end sheets in this one. Full yap on this one. I nailed this one. This like just touches, which I love, man. I love when the measurements just come together. Just touches on the top and on the bottom. It like actually that's like maybe a millimeter off, but at this point I'm getting just so precise with my measurements just from experience, just doing, almost 40 of these. The things that used to be difficult are not difficult anymore, and I'm just trying to continually advance. So this is a really cool Zondervan blocks. This is a vintage, a 1984 NIV. Still a little bit stiff, just from, rebinding, but, definitely doesn't have a problem laying flat. So this guy liked the Allen style. So for him, I did, the dark blue goatskin cover, which is really similar to Highland goatskin. And then I did white head and tail bands. So that's an Allen thing that they do. So this is a 1984 NIV center column reference Bible. You can find these on eBay for pretty inexpensive, and they make fantastic rebinds. I almost bought one myself a while back because I really like the 84 NIV. I don't like the 2011 quite as much, but this has some really, really nice paper in it. Smith sewn binding, really nice. Like, look at that Nehemiah, so vintage looking. This is printed in the United States as well. There is some print variation in this. You can see this is like, being a rebinder is a blessing and a curse. Like this page, there's some print variation. This page, you can see here, this page isn't quite as dark as this page, but overall, this is just a fantastic printing of this great translation. So the closest thing that, like, the 1984 NIVs on eBay, the Cambridge wide margins, if they're unmarked, go for a lot of money, as well as the 84 non-wide margins. If you're interested if you like the 84, the Zondervan wide margins are really, there's a lot available out there. You can get them for good prices, and I can rebind them for you, and I could do like an Allen style binding if you want, but really high quality paper in these. I mean, this is like, I'm trying to find a good example. This might be like some of the most opaque paper I've ever seen. I mean, look right here at how opaque that paper is. That is more opaque than 36 GSM RL Allen paper. I mean, when you fan up the pages, like, you see nothing. No, like the smallest hint of ghosting. I mean, it's just so high quality paper in these older Zondervan Bibles. So I'll give you a peek at the copyright page to get an idea of what you want to look for if you want to find one of these on eBay and get them rebound. But so yeah, so this is let's see, hopefully you can see that okay. Yeah, Holy Bible, New International Version, copyright 1973, 1978. Yeah, really, really nice. See, look, published by the Zondervan Corporation, Grand Rapids, Michigan, printed in the United States of America. Man, I wish Bibles were printed in the U.S. still. Man, the older, like, 60s, 70s, 80s US printings of Bibles were just so good. But anyway, we should bring back Bible printing in the US. I think we could do it pretty well. So yeah, that's all I have for you. These are four Bible rebinds that I finished up recently. So again, this is a Alron Patnat goat skin. This was a golden brown Badalassi Carlo. Then we got a black Badalassi Carlo waxy. And last but certainly not least, burgundy Chevrolet goat skin, my standard goat skin that I use. So this is what I've been working on. This is why I haven't been posting on Instagram in January of 2025. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your like, comment, subscribe, anything like that. If you are a rebinder yourself or interested in learning how to rebind, that's one of my specialties here on my channel. So go over to my playlist and check out a number of the Bible rebinding how-tos that I've been doing. So I'm still rebinding Bibles at like full steam ahead. I do about 4 or 5 a month, and I'm taking, waitlist spots, taking orders for like waitlist spots and everything like that. But I have some plans midway through 2025 to do some like beginning to end Bible rebind how-to videos. So if you're interested in something like that, definitely drop a comment in below to kind of egg me on to do that, because it would be very time consuming to go through the process of making, potentially hours worth of videos and editing all of those if they're not going to get watched. So if you're interested in watching some of my process on how I do make these Bibles, I'm going to need some encouragement. So definitely let me know about that. I have a couple other ideas as far as videos go. I'm planning on doing a how-to at some point on how to stitch in paper to a Bible, because I don't think there's any good videos dedicated to that on YouTube. So I'm planning on doing that. I'm also going to do a video on how I stamp Bibles and kind of an introduction into the Kingsley hot foil stamping machine. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. So stick around my channel and give me a sub if you are interested in learning more about Bible rebinds, or just you like seeing the options. These are a bunch of different options that you, viewer out there, could choose for your next Bible rebind. So again, thank you for watching. My name is Ethan, and this is exfidebibles.
Bibles.